Yes, hello and welcome to Footy Talk for you Thursday. Heath Shaw in studio, as always, previewing a massive weekend of footy. Have a go at this. We got 6 v 10th Carlton Collingwood, 2nd v 3rd Sydney v GWS, 4th v 1st Melbourne and Geelong, and a couple of other supplementary games, including the Showdown over in Adelaide. That will be...
And the Q Clash.
And the Q Clash, the
Yes,
Showdown
there is some big
that
games.
is tonight.
Yeah.
But the biggest game of all, in this man's opinion, Churchill v...
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know, but you are back on the footy field. Heath,
Yeah, well,
what are you doing?
Nah, it's one of those things. You thought it was a good idea at the time, but I haven't played a game yet this year, and I've really enjoyed having weekends off. But I'm back. I'm back this week.
And with Stephen Milne?
Yep, Stevie Milne's playing up forward. He rang me the other day. He goes, "How are we getting down there?" I said, "I don't know. I'm getting a helicopter. I don't know what you're doing down at Gippsland." But no, I'm actually looking forward to it. I love having a kick of the footy, but it's just like the commitment week in, week out. So
Yep.
I'm glad I don't have to do that.
Well, the one-off game will be good for you if you are in the area. Get along. Watch Heath do his thing down there in sunny Gippsland. Hopefully it is a good day because otherwise you'll be very cold. There is a massive weekend of footy coming up, though, and we're going to cast our eye forward to tomorrow night. It is Collingwood v Carlton. This could not set up any better. 95,000 plus. The Blues going pretty well, albeit a loss to the Cats on the weekend. Lose no admirers there. The Pies, still a bit of a question mark. How bloody good.
What did you say? It was 10th versus
6th v
10th. Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that at the start of the year, would you?
You wouldn't.
These two
Well, you
teams
might
being
have,
in
but
that
probably in
position.
the reverse order.
Yeah, so it'll be a good game, and it'll be a interesting game because I think Carlton was sort of going along okay, winning games without sort of doing it convincingly. And then last week, same sort of thing. They could have lost by 50 points.
They could have, but they also could have kicked straight and won.
Yeah, but they could have lost by 50 points. And then the Pies, as we saw early on, struggling, but then they found their mojo a little bit. And a classic on Anzac Day, hold them in good stead for this week. And I'm looking forward to the game because if the Pies lose, might struggle top 4.
Yeah. If the Pies lose, the Blues' premiership credentials go up
a little
another
bit.
notch.
Yeah, and if Carlton lose, then they drop back to the pack.
They sort of,
And they're not the team they were last year. So it will be a cracking game. There won't be many seats left.
No.
I wouldn't have thought.
It's going to be brilliant, massive crowd. And as we always say, footy is better when the Pies and Carlton are going well. And when Essendon and Richmond are going well as well, but we don't like them. It's better for Collingwood and Carlton.
Yeah, definitely. But it's, no doubt your phone would have been ringing off the hook.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got some tickets, man?
Yeah,
How many you
everyone-
need? 6.
Everyone
no
needs
worries.
tickets. Yeah, 6,
anytime,
or have you got a spot in the corporate box? The
yeah.
Pies do need to shore up their midfield, though. That has been a strength of theirs for a long period of time. Contested ball, their ability to win clearance. They got smacked against the Bombers. Minus 17 in clearance, minus 9 in centre clearance. So just handing field position, a lot of that early on in the game, and minus 21 in contested possession. If they serve up that rubbish again this weekend, the Blues will tear them apart with the strength through the midfield.
Oh, definitely. And was it the ruckman or was it the midfield?
It was the midfield.
A little bit of,
yeah, they
of
just
both?
got beaten everywhere.
Yeah.
Spread from the sausages, as you like to say.
Yeah. So, well, it's won and lost in the midfield. We all know that. And both teams have got good midfield. I think Carlton's is better.
Yep.
Like the depth is
And
deeper.
We're still waiting to hear about the question mark with DeGoey, whether he's
DeGoey.
named or not. Maybe
Apparently
a laid
Dacos
out.
didn't train as
Oh.
well. That was
Oh.
another one that was thrown out there. He'll be a huge out for DeGoey to go out, especially against Carlton. But yeah, it's a battle of the midfield because if Carlton do that, what they did last week, what Essendon did last week to Collingwood, and you're getting it inside 450 to Kerno, Mackay, to Koning and all these
She's
guys.
near on game over.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's tough. I think Collingwood's backline isn't that great and can be tested, and you're going to be tested against the two key form forwards in the comp.
Absolutely. It all shapes up to be a cracker because we know that the Pies will find a way. Craig McRae's so good at creating any sort of narrative. And we've seen this in the past. Games like Brisbane earlier on in the year where they were slightly underdone, not playing their best footy. They go up and find a way to win all in and around that contest stuff. And for the Blues, I think all the trepidation around what they've done previously and their ability to put in a real shit one from time to time, I feel that's almost gone, and we need to start treating them with more respect. Certainly from my point of view, the trauma from years past is still a little bit there, but they're starting to win even the most glued-on supporters back over on trust.
I don't think Collingwood can give up 6 goals in the first quarter.
They can't.
And
That's
win the
back-to-back
game.
weeks.
That's for sure. So they probably have to change that part of it. And I think you're right. Like the difference between Carlton's best and worst was humongous, and now that gap is definitely lessened. So big game there.
Who wins? Give me a winner.
I'll say Carlton, as much as it hurts.
Yeah, me too.
But if you're tipping with your head, which I don't do very often, that's why I never win the tips. You go Carlton just purely based on that midfield into forward line.
Yeah. Elliot's hanger on Anzac Day.
Yeah, nice.
One of the all times.
I don't know. People were saying that.
Did you see the clip that Collingwood put up of all the marks over the years?
Yeah,
I used to take 3 of them a season.
I know. I was like, when I saw they were saying like all time, I'm like, all time? I don't know.
Bit of a stretch, but it was a bloody good mark, and that was a bloody good game as well. Tonight's game, the Showdown. I'm about to fly over to Adelaide to bring this one. Showdown 55. Have a guess at the split.
55.
So 54 have been played.
26.
What?
20.
Oh, my goodness. This is happening in real time. 27 apiece. Bipty.
Isn't that impossible?
What? 54 have been played.
You said 55.
This is Showdown 55. It hasn't been played yet.
That's why it got me out. Because I thought you said Showdown 55. I go, you can't get half of 55.
My goodness.
54,
27 and a half. Well, imagine if it's a draw.
If they had
All things lead to the draw. My goodness.
Yeah, let's do that.
Port Adelaide, they come out of the win against St Kilda, but they lose Aliir, Sam Pepper, and big question marks about Connor Rozee. If they play him, they're stupid because he'll tear a hammy off the bone. He's one of their most important players. Adelaide are going along better than we think.
Adelaide. Yeah, I think Adelaide will win. And it's purely based on injuries, and the form is a lot better than it was earlier in the year.
I love that. And well done to Rory Sloane as well. 255 games, All-Australian, 2-time best and fairest winner, but one of the best blokes in footy.
Oh, I don't know. I've only met him a few times.
Okay, well, I've met him a lot. He's going to be a cracker. We'll fast forward, just have a quick look at a couple of the other games. Sydney v GWS, the Battle of the Bridge, the Battle of the Tunnel, Bondi v Blacktown. Yeah, that's where looking for something that started with B. Who's winning and why?
Giants. You got ins of Taylor, Cornelio Green after beating Brisbane last week. It's pretty handy ins. Sydney going along really well, but they have their patches, the Swans. They have their patches where they just lose their way a little bit. So I think with the Giants, you can't afford to do that.
You know I'm a numbers guy. Sydney against Hawthorn, -5 in the clearance, -18 contested possession.
Don't do that.
So they've just won that on talent. And GWS against the Lions, +16 contested possession, 15 marks inside forward 50, and kept Joe Danaher to 0 goals 1 and Eric 0 goals 1.
That's why I picked the Giants.
Comprehensive there. And the other big game that I cannot wait for, Saturday night, the Triple MCG, Melbourne taking on Geelong.
Who do you think will win this?
I'm going to tip Melbourne because I just think Geelong have to put in a subpar performance at some point. It's so hard when you've been up for so long to continue to do what you've done. Jeremy Cameron's on fire. We know that them going along beautifully. I don't know. I'm just leaning towards Melbourne, and that's more, the potential of Geelong playing a crap one rather than form.
Yeah, well, it is an interesting one because same sort of thing. They've won games without dominated most of them. Last week was they went to sleep for 20-odd minutes and Carlton got back in the game. They could have actually flogged them. So you don't know whether they actually have the opportunity or have the option of putting in an average one because they're going that well. Based on no particular thought, I'll go with Geelong.
I like it. That's the sort of analysis that we love to come from you. You put your head finger-deep analysis, as Ross Lyon says that. It is a massive weekend of footy coming up, and one of the interesting games is North Melbourne taking on the Saints Saturday afternoon. Up next, the star spearhead forward, the man they call the Zoo, the Bull, Cam Zurhaar, in studio.
Nice.
Coming up on Footy Talk for you Thursday, get comfy wherever you are. Heath Shaw in studio previewing a massive weekend of footy, including the big clash between Collingwood and Carlton Friday night, plus a special guest, the Zoo, Cam Zurhaar, here talking all things football, contracts, and what he does off-field. This is the Footy Talk podcast coming up next. Welcome back to Footy Talk, and as we teased off the top, in studio, the man they call the Bull Heath, Cam Zurhaar, is here. The Bull Zoo, how are you, buddy?
One thing you would never call was a bull, that's for sure, Daisy. You were like a little whippet when you got drafted. This guy, he was built like that when he first got drafted.
He was built like that when he was born, apparently.
Oh, God. Hey, lads, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I don't know about coming out of the womb built like this, but yeah, it took a while.
You are a good size, though. We watch you on the footy field and we go, geez, he goes hard. I saw you there. I was like, holy shit.
Mate, I get told that I look smaller on TV than I look than in the real life.
By whom?
Just random fans.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's not in the record because we're not allowed to put weights in the record these days. But how much do you weigh? Like pure muscle, obviously. How much?
92.
Yeah, see, there's the difference. I'm 94.
Swanee was 93, 94,
pudding.
but that was a little bit of fat Swan when he was playing.
Give or take, by the end of the year, winter
that
layers.
drifts a little bit.
Yeah, pasty white tan, winter layers, and a white and light blue. At least you got the stripes.
No,
that's something. You mentioned your fans. How is the world at North Melbourne at the moment? We'll touch on it briefly. Yeah. There's no hard-hitting stuff, but...
It's it's obviously difficult at the moment. But there is glimpses of hope, and just the young talent that we've got at the club is pretty impressive. The way they go about it is pretty impressive. Everyone's been professional. All those kids just come in so professional nowadays. But yeah, it's obviously a hard time being at the club, and but the way the players and the staff go about it, you really couldn't tell that they've lost 6 or 7 in a row, whatever it is. But it's a good environment down there. It's definitely upbeat. So
that's good. There's a positive.
Big show this week.
Absolutely, against the Saints.
I reckon.
Get the dub.
Yeah,
Saints are ready to.
Yeah, they're
prime for the picking.
I reckon they're on the cliff, and someone just got to knock them off because they've been they were treading water, and then the last 2 weeks they're like nah. So I reckon the Kangas.
Who do you get when you play the Saints? Jimmy Webster, is he back?
He wouldn't even look at the opposition, mate. He just rocks up.
Is he? Well, he had a 9-month holiday for absolutely shit mix and Joy Simpkin.
I know. So it'd be interesting if he comes back straight back in the side. But I guess we'll see. Jimmy Webster, maybe.
Somebody doesn't care. Kick 4, kick 5.
I think they'll take anyone, St Kilda at the moment.
What about outside of footy? We know footy is a part of the modern day play.
Can we talk about footy on field first?
Oh, sorry. I was going to move on.
We don't want to talk about his contract. I don't care what the answer to that. But the pressure around contracts these days,
in general,
not
just your own,
not just yours. It's outrageous.
The speculation.
They're telling Cam here to make a decision on the rest of his life, within a short period of time, and he's got the pressure from obviously club, fans, all this stuff. Do you think there's too much to it?
I do. Do you think there is?
There is. There is a lot of pressure, and it's round 7. So much can change between now and the end of the season. It is my life. It is the rest of my life, probably. And there's a lot of pressure on you. I'm pretty good. I try to keep footy and my life pretty separate. Got off socials for a bit and feel so much better.
How bad is socials for the current player? I got it. I only just got back on Twitter or now X. It's unrelenting.
It's shocking. It's just not real life, to be honest. But, it's obviously got its positives and negatives, but at the moment for me, the negatives are more. So I just got off socials.
Do you think there's not enough players in the media sticking up for other players? Lots of players, and especially ex-players as well. A lot of the ex-players now are trying to find an angle or be the one who has the crack rather than just saying, hey, sit down. You know how hard it is. You should know how hard it is.
Yeah, Cornsey especially.
That's where I was going.
He just loves to whack players, but that's his job. He gets paid to do that. So,
but even the narrative, you clipped Jason Horne-Francis on the way out, and fair enough. He left a club that he got drafted to and whatever.
That was good. Good quality banter there. That was people.
That's being honest.
They were waiting for the next part. It was great.
It was friendly banter, and it just got blown out of proportion like every single other story does. So that's just the reality of social media. You can't really say anything now. Can't have too much of a voice, or someone will bring you down. You
can't have too much fun. If you smile after a game and pretend to dive on the ball like Sam Draper, you're an idiot. Yeah. If you don't give anything, you're an idiot. It's a lose-lose.
But everyone always says you play your best footy when you're having fun.
That's correct.
So that doesn't make
Normally.
much sense.
But you
no?
can't have too much fun.
Okay, so there's a real fine line.
There's a bloody fine
There's a
line in
real
everything,
fine line.
Heath.
We're
So
talking about. Don't worry about socials.
No, I was going to talk about Bulls cooking, but we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that after this last one. It's like, so we talk about like his contract. He wants to stay at the Kangaroos, right?
Yeah.
And so like no player really wants to go and leave and go to like another club because
Correct.
you have to sort of start again unless the club doesn't want you, e.g.
You and me.
you and me.
I still got a
So that-
size 11 size footprint in the middle of my spine, and everyone said I left for cash.
And that's what
I got booted up to Princess Park.
I left for cash.
Yeah.
I got booted and left for cash at the same
I
time.
caught the cash as I was getting
But,
booted.
yeah, what I'm saying is like no one wants to leave. It's like no one wants to change schools because then you have to start all over again. And you've got like he's got obviously really close mates there and all the above. But at some point you have to make a decision on
Yeah.
your career.
And that's it. And
And
it's,
no one likes losing.
you know, the stupid thing is, though, every
makes sense.
person in the street, if you said, all right, you're going to do the exact same job and at a better place and you're going to get more opportunity and you're going to get paid more. Every person in the street would go, see you later, workplace. I'm going up the road for the same thing and more cash.
Or you could be closer to home as well.
Exactly. Anyway, we could go on about this for hours and hours. The good thing about social media is the opportunity to showcase what you do outside of footy.
Yeah,
You love your cooking.
do love cooking. Massive part of my life. I guess it's one of those things where I can just put my phone down, no distractions, cook for 2-3 hours, and my big thing is just like I love feeding mates and get guys over for dinner. And,
Yeah.
I just really enjoy the happiness that it brings people. Food. I
It
guess.
actually does.
Yeah.
I love food. Food and wine.
We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how's your contract, you bastard?
What's the specialty? Because everyone's got a specialty. What is your specialty? What is the thing that you love cooking the most, and what do you think you're the best at?
I can cook a mean brisket.
Oh, long, like slow
Like,
cooked.
Yeah, we're talking like 24 hours smoke.
Ah,
I can do a good porchetta from scratch.
Oh,
like La Porchetta.
No, like, okay.
yeah. Order it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got this Argentinian grill that I'm using at the moment, and it's just over. It's called a Pig and Pilgrim. Shout out to them.
Oh,
It's,
so La Porchetta out the window. Pig and Pilgrim in.
Insert dollar signs.
and it's basically you cook over wood, and vegetables to meat to fish. It's
Is-
pretty high tech.
What's the origin of Zurhaar?
It's Dutch.
Dutch.
Mum's Scottish. Dad's from Holland. I
Yeah,
guess.
Duitsland. Any cooking in?
Nah, mum's
No?
a really good cook.
Yep.
Obviously, growing up, got fed really well, hence the size.
Lots of protein, obviously.
yeah.
Lots of protein.
Chicken.
Steak for breakfast, chicken for lunch, and sticking and shake.
Stick it in shake for dinner. It's a new one. There you go. Try that one.
Yeah, I'll try that one. And then obviously I moved over here 8 years ago now, so I've been in Melbourne a lot of my life, and
Yeah.
I'm either ordering Uber Eats and getting fat, or I'm making food for myself at home, and kind of chose that and loved it now. Cook for mates. I have 2 housemates that I feed.
Who you
fair
got?
bit. No one from the club.
Oh, not footy players? Good.
Two Perth boys.
They would love it.
Boy.
How good's that? That's dangerous.
Yeah, so it's good fun. And during pre-season, it's a lot better because you can get the boys over for frothies.
Yeah.
Have a steak, have a whatever you want to cook, really. Yeah, it's good.
Nice one. You're also an avid golfer.
I am. I've been, I just signed up at Commonwealth.
Oh,
so-
what a great golf course.
Do you like that, Dale?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
do.
a member there?
I
are
am
you?
a member.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, you should
play
come
together, you guys.
come to Rosebud and Mooner as well. We'll take you all around the world.
So, I do love golf. Not that flash at it.
What's your handicap?
I'm off 13 at the moment.
Okay.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's pretty good. It's not 7, but it's all right.
I'm getting there. It's hard to get games in.
Yeah, especially this time of
you're
year.
sore after a game. Last thing I want to do is walk 18. So,
Best golfer at the Kangas?
Steve-O, Jaden Simpson.
Yeah.
He's got 5 at the moment.
He's come to Commonwealth as well.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know how accurate that 5 is. Could
Oh.
be
You're always one of those.
Are you a bit of a Rory Lobb, is it? Hey, your words, not mine. You're good mates with Nick Larkey.
I am.
1, shit, he's a very good player. But
He's
2,
an
how
absolute
good are his
star. impersonations?
We saw the one with Damien Barrett.
I know, and that we're talking about getting blown out of proportion as well.
Damien Barrett loved that. For hand on the record, I sent it to him in our midweek rub chat. He couldn't have been more impressed with it, and he loved the fact that he actually took the piss out of him.
I thought he was having a cry. I reckon.
Nah.
He released something else, didn't he, on the AFL?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, sliding doors or something. He wasn't
I
happy
think
with
it was meant to be sort of in jest whatever his response was because he took it really well. I thought it was genuinely piss funny.
Yeah, he's really good. He's done some good ones over time. Some previous coaches.
Has he got a Clarko in him?
He will get there.
That'll come out on Mad Monday, and when he doesn't play round 1 and 2 next year, you know how good it was.
He picks up like quotes of like what coaches says really well. Like, they always repeat obviously some things, and he really picks them up and tells them.
Well, at least the coaches know he's listening. That's one.
Do you remember Banger Harvey's great one?
Yeah.
Pair up in
2s, 3s, you know the drill.
2s, 3s, you know the drill. Pair up in 3s.
Yeah, that's. Well, don't worry, we struggle with that drill too.
No, you've come unprepared. I'll keep going. What about your tats? Is this a generational thing that you're sick of explaining? Like a lot of what we've talked about today, the younger kids understand that tats are cool. The older people go, "Why would you get stickers all over yourself?"
I guess, I guess in 30 years, when I'm, I don't know, 50, you'll probably be able to remove them like that, won't you?
That was Swanee's mentality.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen.
But you obviously enjoy it.
I do have a fair few.
Where do you go?
I go to this. He's done pretty much every single one of my tattoos. He's just outside of Chadstone.
Any particular theme you're going with? Because Swanee started off with a theme and then it went out the window.
Yeah, mine are a lot of cartoons, mainly. No colour, just black and white.
Yeah.
Just stickers.
Just stickers, yeah.
Yours, Dale?
No theme.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. I've got Love Hearts, Natasha, a snake from the jungle, a pirate's head because I had to cover up another. Yeah, I don't know. Bad mistake. No. I joke. We will touch on footy for a little bit, just in case Natasha's listening. She is an avid listener of the Footy Talk podcast. The Saints this weekend, a big opportunity again presents under the lid at Marvel.
Massive.
The new showcase game too, the mid-afternoon game on a Saturday.
Is that a showcase on?
I think it is. Last week got some big numbers.
Yeah.
Talk to us. Excitement levels.
Yeah, very excited. Massive chance. We obviously, first 4 rounds of the year was the top 4 sides of the competition. So it was definitely going to be a hard 4 weeks. But now we're coming into, we've kind of found our feet. There's always positives in our games that we play. And you got to take them. Obviously, we're not winning at the moment, and the scores aren't great. But, there's lots of positives to take out of our games and we can see some light. So, fingers crossed we can knock off Saints this week.
Your coach this weekend, as in you are their coach, what would you say to the boys? Like, I'm not saying your coach. What would you say? What would be the one thing you'd say that you want from the boys, or the one sort of tactical thing that you would go into this game with?
I just want us to compete hard at the footy. I think it's all won in the contest. And stoppages, that's probably our main thing at the moment. And I just want us to compete 100% and put everything out there on the field.
Put the ball in the middle, maybe? The stoppages?
Well, to be honest, no, just kick it forward.
Put it near me, I'll do the rest.
I'll do the
Put
rest.
it near me or near Nick.
Yeah.
Probably near Nick. I'll just be at his feet all day. It'll be nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
No, well, we thank you very much for coming in. We wish you all the best and your footy club for the rest of the year. And whatever else happens in your life, we appreciate you. You're one of the good guys of the AFL. MasterChef. He'll be on that soon. He'll be on the golf show. He'll be doing everything. We love the man. Zoo, thanks so much for coming in.
Perfect.
Thank you,
guys. Cheers.
This has been the Footy Talk podcast for your Thursday. Abby and Jack will be back on Monday to unpack all the action from the weekend. If you're listening on Spotify, hit the bell and be notified when a new episode drops. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend.